Now how am I going to get all the marks up here? Well, just follow me here. There's a couple different ways we can do this. Okay, I can measure from the center of the outside hole to the center of this other hole, and then I can transfer those marks on the wall, can't I? This way could be kind of tricky. I'm holding this up here. I'm trying to look from center to center. It looks like 20 1/4. Okay, and I can go back up on the wall, can't I? I can measure 20 1/4. Let's see if I can't get you there. There's the first hole. I want to pull this up a little bit. 20 1/4. Okay. I can measure here and go straight across, and I can eyeball that at 20 1/4. Okay. 20 1/4. And then I can check that again, 35 1/4. I can hold this up here, 35 1/4, like that. And I've got my marks, don't I? Well, in theory I do, but what if the floor has a crack in it? What if the floor is not exactly level? Anything like that. I can, now, because this is a flat ceiling, generally your ceiling's nice and level. I can measure from the top down, 60 3/4, and I can come over here and I can hold that up there and see what that is. That looks like 60 and a long 3/4. I got a picture here in my way. I'm trying to hold this up here and eyeball that. That looks like 60 7/8. Look over here, and I had 60 3/4. It's a long 3/4, so that means a 16th over. So I'm a 16th less than 7/8. Okay. So do I want to put it there? Yeah, I could put it there, or I can take my level. I mean, it's probably going to be slightly off by a 16th maybe. I could take my level. If you have a 2-foot level, you can hold that up there. I can double check that, and son of a gun, it looks like it needs to go up at my left hand side, which then would compensate for the 16th, because the ceiling usually is right on, okay? Not always. You see the floor's off slightly, and they installed a tile floor here, and their thin set could be slightly off, or anything like that. Okay, so I can check that like that. Now I'm right on. Another way you could do it is we could put a screw there, and just put a sheetrock screw in there, hold that in there nice and tight, and then you can lift that side up exactly where it goes, put your level on top of there, and then transfer your mark there. If you don't have a 2-foot level, if you got a little torpedo level, you can do that. You can put one screw there and get that in the center of where it needs to go. Put your torpedo level on top of your grab bar. Then raise your grab bar up or down. You know, hold your torpedo level on there, and you can mark it that way. Or if you don't want to do that, you get your first mark. You can get your first mark. You can hold your torpedo level up there or whatever, and you can hold that by yourself. You can have somebody else, okay, right there. Now you can mark the other holes. Figure out which holes you're going to have and hold it right there. You know what I mean? Now just for kicks, I'm going to hold it right in the center of both of those. I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold my torpedo level on there, and kaboom! It's perfectly level. And I can hold that there, and I can take my scratch awl and I can mark. Boom, boom, boom. I can do that. So there's several ways to get those marks. And now that you've got that, on to the next step. Are you learning anything yet? I hope so. Okay, I've got a scratch awl here. And this is what I call a scratch awl. There's something here like this. There's a sharp point on the end of it. And you could call it an ice pick too. There's smaller ones or whatever. I'm just going to use this to mark it with. And this is going to do rather nicely. Now that I got my marks exactly where they go, I'm going to hold that up there. And I'm going to go ahead and look at that. And I've got to make that determination where the other holes are going to go. So now I can take my scratch awl. If you're kind of shaking, you can't get it right in the middle, just hold your scratch awl up against there. Raise it or lower it right on the edge there. Swivel this up and boom, you're right in the middle. Okay, now I'm making a determination which screw holes to put in. These top ones look big, and I'm going to go on the next one and I'm going to eyeball that and just make a mark. So I can put it over on the side, eyeball it now, and it's right in the middle. Because I'm steadying the ice pick before I make a little hole. Okay. There. Got all my holes. And if you're slightly off, say you're off on minutia, it doesn't matter because the hole is plenty big. Okay, see the holes here? They're plenty big for just a little bit of a slop one way or another. When we get our screws in there, we're going to have to adjust it, final adjustments that way, okay? Now, I can make my holes